It all slid down. The stage is more or less compromised. Rock and roll here. Oh yeah. Floor. Interesting issue is it's European market. I think it would be a KX101. I don't want to be pulling this head off. Okay, so here's the deal. Really surprised, unbelievable. So, bit of a side quest. Alright, so that was an absolute fucking nightmare. It wasn't fun. Good morning everyone. What is the crack? Hope everybody's well. No doubt by the thumbnail you'll know what we're dealing with here. I'll just throw in a video I took whenever it was raining, and it just shows you how bad this gets. It all slid down. Pretty much just running steady the whole way down there. We're up in. This is the first area we come to here, which is a smaller part of the lane which has been undercut. So here we are at the worst area of the lot, and as you can see the water is just running like a river down off the edge. Washing away the entire edge of the road. Like a waterfall. So this edge is more or less compromised the whole length we've just travelled. So we're down here at the main bit, sort of getting ready to rock and roll here. Plan of action to start with is we're going to put a curb down, concrete cased, formed, whatever way you like to say it, the whole way down, right as far as you can see. And we'll have to put a drain down there. There's a low lying area, I'll have to put a drain in. It's actually still running there now, believe it or not, which is kind of crazy. But that said, the sun's out, it's not raining, but as good as we can ask for in the north of Ireland anyway. It's been absolutely hammering it down the past sort of 3 weeks, so I haven't really had a chance to guard this, but then again I haven't had a chance to guard this really for going on a year between customer jobs and different things, so yeah, we'll get after it. one form kind of roughly put together just to see kind of what I want it to look like. Seeing this will be the first one, I just done a wee slope at the end, but that says 4 inches deep, 4 inches wide, and I think these are about 8 feet, 2.4 long. Probably start, there's a bit of a bend in the lane just here at that post. Kind of hard to see on camera, but I think that's where I'm going to start. Yeah, you knock all this done in one day, but hopefully get a lot of the forms knocked out. I'm going to put reinforcement bars in it, just the same way you would make a lintel or anything else you can do in concrete. I see I have the mesh over here, so I'll probably have to cut it down, I would think, and put 1 or 2 rods through it, and then I'm going to have to put vertical rods across it, drilled into the concrete as well. I'm not going to epoxy them in or anything, I'm just going to have them as a friction fit, and that'll be fine. There'll be no major pressure in this, it's only to steer the water where it needs to go. Alright, keep at it. Okay, so change of plans, which may be a running theme for this video, unfortunately. Yeah, too busy up and down this laneway, so we're going to have to. Well, this is the 3rd time I've had to move, so really not getting anything done. So I think we'll pack up and move up to the shed and build the rest of the forms there. The weller's taking a turn as well, unfortunately, and I have to pick my daughter up from school, so it's going to be a short one today, but I'll see you up at the shed for making the forms.
It's time to get the perfect new job with GasKet.co.uk. GasKet, in partnership with Curate, is cutting edge job easy. Simply apply directly online and save your answers for future applications. It's connected to over 100 employers. So if vacancy, get in contact with GasKet to find the ideal candidate. GasKet.co.uk. New job now.
I'm fine. Working even when the 50-inch TV still on the floor. The chef's getting excited. It's time to call in the expert. Introducing tech services powered by DS Movers. The handyman service from assembly to installation. No job is too small.
Alright, so that's basically all the Stirling board I have cut up, so pretty much there. I need more rebar, but another couple of sheets of it that I'll cut down. I'll probably just do that off camera, no point in doing that on camera really. Right, we'll get ready and head down, get these fitted then. Let's get after it.
3 days later.
This old girl in, new back window and perspex in the lower. Now you have to bring in the Kubota. Get her ready and sort of stuff because the weather's too rough. We were in the landslide today, unfortunately, or this week, in all honesty. Give her a bit of heat. Cool today. Probably heat it a couple of times actually. Give her half a chance. No connection to battery. I'll be back. Okay, maybe this time give her some heat again. Three times you should go. Oh yeah. Good start. Bit of smoke. It's not too bad. Right. Let's get into the garage. Shed, sorry. In this old girl. So, what is the deal with this old girl? Well, we're going to need her to work in the landslide. So, she's due service, although there hasn't been too many hours put on it since the last service, but I would like to service it before I take it down. The other more interesting issue is it's overheating. Well, it's not overheating really bad, but it's getting warm. I did discover the last time I serviced it. Now, I have flushed this a few times and the radiator on the block was rusty. When I flushed it, I found that there was no thermostat in it, so what I'm guessing is that the last guy was having overheating issues. Rather than flush it, etc., he took the thermostat out. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm really not too sure, but I am going to flush it another couple of times here to make sure everything bad, rusty, any clumps is all out of it before I put the thermostat back in. Okay, so I think that is going to be the last flush. That is the 5th time I've flushed it, so I think that'll do. It is still a bit yellow obviously, but it's going to be good enough. 100% good enough. So quick overview of what this digger actually is. So it is, as far as I can make out, pretty sure 100% it is actually. It's a Japanese import, so it would have been for the Japanese market. So it's hope you can read that. It's a Kubota KX bar 040. So that would be classed as, again, as far as I can make out, a 4 ton or thereabouts, 4 to 5 ton, something like that. And we got this at auction maybe 3 years ago, maybe something like that. Hasn't done an awful lot with us really. Dug out a shed and a few other wee bits and bobs. Nothing major. Well, it's going to be a bigger job doing this landslide obviously with it. Going to be a lot more work. But so I think it would be classed as the European market. I think it would be a KX 101. I could be completely wrong there, but I think that's what it is. And we all we've really done to it is kind of maintain it, change fluids, filters, put a set of gauges in it, just a cheap set of gauges because there's no gauges working on it at all whenever we got it. Just to see oil pressure, water temp, things like that. I say it was getting hot, but it wasn't crazy overheating. So we're kind of just, I don't really know yet, to be honest. Put this thermostat in it and see. It's hard to know. It could be a bad water pump, could be a cracked head, could be a bad head gasket. I really don't know. I don't want to be pulling the head, but it could come to that. I really don't know. So that's kind of the major problem we have with it. As far as running it for hours on end, it would get too warm. You'd have to shut it off. So hopefully the thermostat can cure that, but I really don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. So we'll get the thermostat in to start with, and then we'll do filters and oil. Probably, well, I don't know, but I think I'm probably going to pull the hydraulic fillers. I think they're just, I don't think they're a canister filler. I think you can just clean them out like a mesh. I don't know, I'll have to look into it and see. Also, I want to pull the cap and hydraulic tank anyway to clean the hydraulic level glass, because I can't really see anything in it. I think that's about it for now. I don't know yet. There'll probably be other things as we go along. Obviously everything needs grease before we get down as well, so I think that's it. Okay, looks like I was wrong. There is a thermostat on it. So we might be looking at a bad head gasket or something else. I suppose we could test it and see. Maybe it's not working actually because it's open. Yeah, it's open, so there you can see daylight through it. So it's cold, so it should be closed. So yeah, it wasn't working then. Alright, maybe with any luck the thermostat will work then. Alright, so we have a gasket too, which is always nice to see. Don't always get a gasket with new parts. Looks similar, but you can see the difference. So this one's open and this one's closed, and the engine's cold, so, and this thermostat's cold. So I don't know, maybe that will be our problem. Fingers crossed. Fingers and toes crossed. Okay, so I was just cleaning the old one up to see if I could see the temperature that was opening at, and the old one is 82 degrees, the new one is 71, so I'm happy enough with that. Bit cooler opening temperature should help out a bit, especially with an engine in a digger, because it's stationary. It should help keep it a bit cooler. We clean up just on the wire wheel. I don't really like how pitted the neck is though. Hopefully it'll seal well. We'll just have to see if it'll do or not. Just give the bolts a wee bit of a clean up too. May as well over here. So hopefully my theory was correct that the thermostat, well, I didn't think there was a thermostat in it, but seeing it was stuck open, hopefully the theory was that the water was going through too quick. So with the thermostat being open, that would cause the water to go through too quick. So hopefully this sorts it. We don't have to pull the head off. We really don't want to be pulling this head off. Just mixing this 50-50 with deionized water. Some people argue you don't need to use deionized water, but I learnt my lesson. An old 7610 Ford, where we ended up with a porous block because it rusted out. You're better just to be safe than sorry, I think. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't think it was the thermostat. It looks like I'm getting compression into the coolant, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'll do a few more tests to see. So what I'm going to do, well, I don't think I'm going to pull the head yet. I think I'm going to try like a gasket seal or steel seal or something like that, pour it in, have a go. I might as well. I'm going to have to pull the head either way, so I'll give it a go. I think be like maybe a bit of a test of a few different products maybe, and see if they actually do work. The pour in radiator stuff, rad sealing, different things. Bit of an experiment, be worth doing I think. We'll see if it works. If it works, all well and good. If not, we're pulling the head off. Okay, so been a couple of days before we get back to this. Or usual stuff, you know yourself. So I lifted this here stuff. It's sort of mid-range price, not the most expensive, not the cheapest. That's it there. It's Holt's Wonderweld, it's called. There seems to be decent enough reviews on it, so the only way I know is to test it and find out. It does say on the instructions you're to take the coolant, all the coolant out of it, and just have water in it before you add it. So I've drained it, I've flushed it, I'm going to flush it one more time. But also I spent an hour off camera sort of having a look and wondering how I'm going to test this. I was going to get the compression tester out and set up the compressor and everything else, and I thought there's an easier way to do this. So I'll show you in a minute what I'll come up with. So basically, rather than through the whole messing about, getting everything out and set up, spending an hour doing that, I just thought I'll just pull the pipe off the expansion, put it into a bottle with some water in the bottom, and I'll be able to see the bubbles coming out of the water. So here's what I have there. Just the expansion pipe out of the expansion tank into the bottle. So we'll start it, and I'll bring you around and show you what it's doing. Take a second to start bubbling, but it's not air in the system, it's compression, because no matter how much I bleed it out, it still does it. It takes it to be a wee bit warm before you actually see it. That's not air, that's compression, because it changes. More bubbles come whenever more reds go on. So that's what we're dealing with. So just draining it out, kind of hard to see down and below there, but there's I don't know if I've got a torch. I haven't even got a torch, I don't. That's a wee valve in the bottom of the rad there to let it out. I'll go and pull the radiator cap off and it'll come out faster. So stick this back in here and start it up and running for, I think it's 15-20 minutes they say, so see what happens. I'll bring you back. So I had it run there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes and around that, and I was actually surprised. I actually did do something. It stopped the bubbles completely, and then after about 10 minutes it started bubbling slightly, so we'll just start it again and show you. You'll see this time, once it cooled down slightly, so we'll see this time how many bubbles come. Any bubbles at all. There was a couple before. No white smoke there. There was white smoke before. I don't think I can trust that gauge anymore. It's sort of hovering around 160, 180, which is where you kind of want. That's not too bad, you know. But I'm going to have to put another gauge on it, I think, or another sensor. Again, they were just cheap, so but it was to give me an idea what was happening. Kind of bouncing about there, but it's not really pushing towards the red like it would have been before. Not seeing any bubbles at all. Smoke there. Kind of crazy. So it's now running at 1500 RPM, which would be operating temp for when you're digging and stuff like that, and there's no bubbles at all. It's not overheating. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think that was possible. I cannot believe that worked. I'm absolutely stunned. I didn't think it would stop it completely. Now, obviously I know this isn't a permanent fix. We're going to have to put a gasket on it at some stage, but if this gets us through, you know, even this summer to get a lot of work done, I could pull it in and pull the head off next winter. Now, whether I'll do that long or not, that's another question. But, yeah, really surprised. Unbelievable. Now, that's the stuff there. It was just happened to be the one that was in the shop and I picked up that day, or picked up on the way back from work, so obviously no sponsorship or anything like that. I wish there was, but no. But it wasn't, it was £16, so it wasn't too expensive. There was another one that has good reviews, it was like £45. I didn't want to spend that until I tested a couple of cheaper ones first to see if they worked. But it looks like this is going to work, so I don't know. I'm going to test it tomorrow and I'll report back and we'll see how it does. So, a bit of a side quest. There's some brake lines in the back here to tidy up. And a ball joint right in there, if you can see it. There. So this is my young lad's car here, the Fiesta. Usual mods for an 18-year-old, nice wee set of wheels on it. And we lowered it as well. It's on just Pro Sports, I think. Lowered pretty much as far as it'll go. But yeah, so brake lines to tidy up and ball joint to gun it. I think that's it for MOT anyway. Yeah, ball joint, and it will say from brake pipe screw that fit it, so we'll have to see whether we have to replace any brake lines or just tidy them up. Alright, let's get after it. Alright, so that was an absolute nightmare. So I got the ball joint out eventually, but it wasn't fun. These were pressed in, obviously they were rusted into the ball joint itself, so yeah. Try heat with a torch, but no luck. It was a hammer and chisel job. Not nice, not fun, but it's out. There's the other one to go back in, so yeah, it's not exactly beautiful, but I'll tidy it up, probably give it a wee coat of paint before I put it back in again. So there's the ball joint in, and I did put some paint on it just to tidy it up. And the wishbone there. I did have to loosen the bush at the back of the wishbone there. That's why I have the jack in here to lift the hub up. You want to have them at ride height whenever you're tightening them. And then just the back brake lines here. And get some light on them. Really hard to see. Hope you can see them there. Just sanded them down, put some white grease on them. No holes, so they're fine. Alright. Now, just tidy up the mess that I made. Alright.
One eternity later.
So unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the video here. I did think I was going to get further along with the Landslide project, but the weather is just not playing ball at all. Is that one day that I got down here to get it started anyway was the only day that has been sort of half decent. The outlook for the next, I guess it's a week later now, I'm still waiting on it clearing, so yeah, 2 week outlook, not good. It's going to rain pretty much every day, so yeah. Unfortunately we're going to have to end it here, and not really much you can do about it. Quick update, the wee Kubota digger seems to be okay. I had it out the other day, had it going for about 2-3 hours, and seemed to be fine, no overheating, no bubbling. I left the wee bottle in, no bubbling or anything like that, so we'll just have to keep going and see, use it and see what happens, you know. Other update, the wee car, young lad's wee car, passed MOT, no problem, so that's all good. It's ready, it's good for another year now. I'm expecting to get done in the next video, all being well. In fact, you know what, I'm not even saying all being well, I'm just saying it is getting done. So what's going to be getting done is I'm going to get all the forms that we made, I'm going to get them fitted, and I'm going to get them concreted. Perhaps I might even get more done than that, but that's 100% what I'm getting in the next video. I think I might take some footage of me at work as well, just throw that in a video. Why not? Let me know what you think. There's going to be a lot more videos to come. We have a load of work to do in this landslide. There is a retaining wall, an actual natural stone retaining wall that we're going to do, and everything has to be backfilled the whole way down, the whole area we're working on. So a huge amount of work to do, a huge amount of digger work, tractor work. It's going to be over probably 4 or 5 videos, maybe even more than that, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's the plans anyway. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see more of the building side of things, on-site work, or more the farming side of things? Now obviously the farming side of things and working in the machinery and things like that is more of my spare time, from what spare time I get, but the weekends and nights and things like that. So yeah, so we'll sign off here and I'll see you in the next one.